Hello, my name is Mallory, and in addition to being an art history student, I am also a certified sommelier with the Court of Master Sommeliers. Take a look at my pin. You'll notice that there is the face of Bacchus on it, the Roman god of wine and pleasure. It has been said that wine was treated as a means by which poetry was created and philosophies were exchanged. Bacchus is going to be the main subject of the two paintings that I would like to tell you about today during our art tasting. Let's get started. We got our first bottle of art from the National Gallery in London, Titian's Bacchus and Ariadne. The vintage is around 1523 to 1524 and was produced in Venice, Italy. The scene is based on a poem by Ovid and Catullus. This painting includes many figures, mainly focusing on Bacchus, his entourage, and the Cretan princess Ariadne. The story of this couple is intoxicatingly romantic. As the story goes, Ariadne was abandoned on the Greek island of Naxos by Theseus after she helped him conquer the Minotaur in the labyrinth on Crete. Theseus's ship can be seen on the far left side of the painting, sailing off into the distance. Bacchus was traveling after a successful trip to India with a group of enthusiastic followers, making noise, drinking wine, and carrying a slain calf, when he sees Ariadne and immediately falls in love with her. He can be seen here floating out of his cheetah-pulled chariot, obviously love-struck by the sight of the caught-off-guard Ariadne. The end of their story includes Bacchus immortalizing Ariadne by creating a constellation of stars for her, the Corona Borealis, which Titian has painted as a collection of 8 stars above her head in the sky. This bottle of art has a lighter, vibrant body, but a substantial mouthfeel. What I mean by that is Titian used a lighter palette, typical of 16th century High Renaissance Venetian art, and his impasto brushstrokes are noticeable when the piece is closely observed. The palette is reflective of the Venetian terroir, or surrounding local earth. Let us move on to tasting our second bottle of the day. Coming from the Uffizi Gallery in Florence, Italy, we have Caravaggio's Bacchus. This is a slightly more current vintage, circa 1596, but belonging to a completely different art movement called the Italian Baroque period. This winemaking style was more focused on drama and naturalism. In this artwork, Bacchus is represented as young and beautiful, both round and muscular. His sleepy eyes and flushed cheeks are seemingly trying to seduce the viewer into sharing his wine with him. He is draped with a white cloth and has a crown of grapes and grape leaves amongst his dark, luscious curls. In front of him is a carafe of red wine and a bowl of fruit, though some of the fruit appears to be rotting. Vanitas is intended to remind the viewer of the fleeting nature and meaninglessness of earthly life. Common vanitas symbols include skulls, timepieces, fragile bubbles, and, as seen in this piece, wilting flowers and rotting fruit. This piece was commissioned by Cardinal Del Monte, who was mildly known for keeping the company of young men. During his career, Caravaggio was commissioned to produce around 40 pieces for the Cardinal, many depicting relatively effeminate, sexualized young men, similar to the young and beautiful representation of Bacchus in this piece. On my palette, I detect rich and dark oil paints being used, with bold contrasts and fine details. The similarities between these two bottles of art are obvious. They are both Italian oil paintings on canvas, including Bacchus. Titian's piece is the representation of a story, whereas Caravaggio's was more of a study of the human form and still life. Titian's color palette was lighter, brighter, and vibrant, and Caravaggio stayed within more muted tones and exaggerated contrast. Both paintings are masterfully done in the style of their era, and whichever piece you favor, I hope you enjoyed today's art tasting. Bye-bye!